Coach Prefer was just talking about the work you've had at the stadium, not only Sunday, but you guys going down there, the specialists going down there a little bit before that practice. And he was talking about kicking into the dog pound end and how that's been an emphasis. And I was just wondering what has gone into improving for you. Obviously, we saw a lot of kickers have issues down there. And so how are you kind of approaching that as you get ready for your second season?
Going down there, just getting the reps, picking out target points towards the dog pound end, towards the other end, are very key and vital to my success. And other than that, you just got to go down there and hit a good ball. Odds are if it's windy and you don't hit a solid ball, it's going to be harder to make that kick. But my goal is to hit an A ball every single time. And if I do that towards the dog pound, there won't be any issues. So that's been my goal, is to go down there and keep the same technique, hit a solid ball, and just have no worries or no issues at all, and just be confident in myself.
How is Austin Seibert coming along this year, and just what are his prospects?
Austin had a great offseason. He would send me videos of all his kicks. He had his wife out there videotaping on their iPad at a high school field down in Texas. He had a couple of his buddies helping him out videotaping, and he would send me those videos, and then my kids would help me figure out how to look at them on the iPad because I had no idea. And then we would look at those together. We would do Zoom meetings, and we would do that a couple times a week. We did the same thing with Jamie, Charlie, the returners, some of the other core guys. So we had a lot of work that way. But I thought that Austin had a phenomenal offseason. He's stronger than he was a year ago. He's more consistent than he was a year ago. I think his prospects are huge, and we expect really good things from him this year.
But, Phil Dawson had the diary for kicking in that stadium. And I'm just curious, now that you have a year under your belt, you're going into year two, have you come up with maybe some sort of your own system for charting your work, or trying to figure out, the best ways of hitting, as you said, that perfect ball in certain situations?
Yeah, going down there last year along with this year, you check the winds before the game, where they're coming from, so you'll know that advantage point of how it's going to hit and where it's going to hit. But still just getting used to it. You can't rely on that stuff all the time because winds change, things change, weather changes. So when we're down there, it's important that I warm up towards the dog pound end, get a feel for it. And then as I start warming up, I hit more down in that end. Because odds are, likely or not, the other way it's going to be at my back, or it won't be as heavy in the face. So when we kick towards the dog pound, I just got to find my lines before the game, warm up, get used to that wind, know the kind of ball I want, the hold I want, and then we just roll from there.
Coach Prefer was telling us about all the weird ways all you guys had to send the videos in the off season, and he said your wife was videoing you or whatever. Just how bizarre was that? Was she your everyday video person, or how did that work?
It was different. In the neighborhood we live in down in Texas, there's a middle school field, turf field, and it was like the only one open through Corona and all that. So I'd go out there anytime I could, and she'd come out as well and film me and whatnot. But it wasn't all the time. More so on the weekends. During the week, I would go kick on my own, or I'd kick with a buddy of mine who lives down there who played for Baylor in college. And then other than that, I'd reach out to local high school kids. I'd kick myself, and then I'd help them with lessons and things like that. So that's kind of what I did through Corona. And I think we got good work in, and I helped others out. So
you got a little bit of a glance when you turned your head there. What do you call that hairstyle?
Oh, that's the mullet right there.
Is there a reason you decided to go with that?
Me and Jamie were just chatting on FaceTime in April, May, and it just kind of came about. And we're both growing one right now, seeing who can grow the better one. So we'll let other people decide who has the better mullet.